Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. So, don't remember I've done a reading for you before, so I just like to explain real quick. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I try to describe the picture the best that I can. They never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, just keep it in mind, and you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, ah, I know what she's talking about. This is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can, but sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. Sometimes I'll just throw words out, and it it should click. It should click. And if it doesn't, like I said, keep it in mind. They it's their show. I let them do what they want within reason. So we're going to talk to your mom today. Okay, she's talking about popcorn and sunshine. It's dark and dreary here in Kansas. I have no clue where you're at. Popcorn. So I don't know if you've recently just had some popcorn. That was your favorite thing to sit down and eat with her. Not sure why she's referring to the popcorn. And like I said, sometimes they just throw stuff out there. Like one time I said something, I said she's talking about marshmallows. Well, as the lady was watching the video, she was eating marshmallows. She had a bag in front of her. So, never know. So, instead of Darlene, she said Darlin. Darlin. Like Darlene. Like Darlin apostrophe. Darlin. So, I don't know if this is something she said all the time. Call everybody Darlin. Or there's a variation of her name that sounds like that. Or that somebody used to call her. It feels like it's a play on letters or a play on her name of some kind, like a nickname. So there you might have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. It may not be exactly darling, but that's what she's saying. So I asked her about your little sister moving, and she says yes, but that she needs to decide that it's up to her. You have to trust your gut, go with your gut feeling. I don't know if she means immediately, but like there's going to be more than one move for her. More than one move. I don't know how long a time span we're talking about here. She's going to learn something every single time. Every single place she goes, she's going to learn something. She needs to trust. Again, she's saying she needs to trust her gut. What feels right, not here, what feels right in your gut. That's your intuition. She's going like this. She's going to follow her no matter where she goes. She's going to be there to help. I promise you 1,000%. She can hear you. She can see you. It cannot override your free will choice, but if whatever mom was good at, ask her for help with that. But you need to ask, and then you need to allow for whatever comes in there. That goes for everybody. She just shown she's walking with the fingers, and then she shows her sitting down for a while, and then she gets up and walks some more. So this is good. But she's not giving me a time span. Okay. She's talking about how she wants you happy and she wants you to find peace. All mothers do. But she's showing a fireplace. Now, it's kind of a stone fireplace. It may not make any difference. It may be exact. There's a fire burning in it. There's a smell of pumpkin pie. It's that time of year. And she is holding up a marshmallow on a stick. Okay, so did she make her own pumpkin pie from scratch? That's what my mom and my grandma used to do. They used to make squash pie, just like pumpkin pie. But it's the smell. It's the smell of it when it first comes out of the oven. Now, it doesn't count if you're going through the bakery at the store or if you just pulled one out of the oven. But the smell of fresh pumpkin pie coming out of the oven, you can be walking through, well, a store, but not a bakery, not the bakery part. You could be outside. You can be in your vehicle, and you get this whiff of fresh pumpkin pie. That will be a sign from her. Whenever you get a sign from her, validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more if you want more. That's your free will choice. And she's holding up a bouquet of flowers. I can't tell exactly for sure, but it looks like red and white roses. So have you recently gone and taken her some flowers or gotten some flowers in honor of her or bought some flowers and thought of her? Know that also you'd be walking, and she's showing like mostly, they're just, this may not be exact. This is one of them things, sometimes you gotta stretch it. Heck's the matter with my camera. And she's showing like several red roses just up, not all spread out, and there's like a couple of white ones. Don't know if that's significant that way or if she's validating something. But you could be walking through the store and you could see that exact arrangement. Again, if that happens, it's a sign. Validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her. Let her know that you know that's a sign from her. And then it kind of opens a floodgate and you'll get a bunch more. She says when she comes to your house, she feels very peaceful there. Very peaceful. Like there's nothing that she's worried about for you. She's not showing me like a lot of crazy energy or anything. And she just feels at peace. And she's just showing like walking through. Don't know that she stops and hangs out a lot. And a lot of them will do that. They'll just kind of walk through and go, okay, everything's cool here. I'll go on to somebody else's house and check on them. So you could possibly feel her walking through, and everybody feels the energy different. So it's hard for me to say how you'll feel it. But you know how and I say this all the time, somebody walks in the room and you don't hear them, you don't see them, but you feel somebody watching you, or you feel another presence, and you turn around and go, there's somebody here. That it's usually that kind of a feeling. She's showing that she tucks you in at night. You're still my baby. And she's actually showing taking the blanket and pulling it up around your neck and tucking it in around your neck. So no, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're smothering, it's because mom's been in there pulling the blanket up. You have sensed her in the bedroom or seen her. A dream. She's not saying if it's a visitation or a dream. There is a difference. A dream, you know how you wake up and as soon as you open your eyes, it starts to kind of melt and dissipate. A visitation, I had a true visitation maybe 8 years ago. Still remember every detail, pictures on the wall, what was said, where I was standing, everything, everything. That's a visitation. She says you're going to do everything right. But I think she's talking about Christmas coming up. I think she's talking about all the little events, the cooking and all the stuff that go along with Christmas. She says you're going to do everything right. Calm down. Don't worry about it. It's going to be good. It'll be just the way it needs to be. Oh, wait a minute. She's flipping two or three things around. You got to pick one. Oh, she said I'm flipping around. She's trying to answer me, and I'm evidently my little squirrel brain's going too fast. Hang on. All right. So when she left, she's talking about being very, very excited because one of the first persons that she saw was a very close, dear friend that had left before her. I almost want to say like a childhood friend. Maybe they grew up together. Maybe they felt like sisters. I don't really feel that this one's related, but very, very close. She said she was very devastated when she left. But she found her. She was waiting for her. And your mom was very excited to see her as one of the first ones. And it's like they hugged and almost couldn't let go. There's an older lady that was also there at that time. I can't quite feel the relationship. I want to say grandmother, but she doesn't look like she'd be old enough to be her grandmother. But she has a really short, permed white and a little bit of, I don't know if it's blue or dark gray, a little bit, not dark gray, but darker. But it's really permed. It's kind of not too much longer than mine, a little bit longer than mine, but it's really almost like pin curls. Of course, back in that day, that's what we did, pin curls. Okay. So she says these two were there waiting for her, but then there's others in the background, and they're not stepping forward. She's not showing them, so I don't know exactly who the other ones are. There's definitely a male, but it feels like about her age, but younger when he left. Younger, younger than her when, ah, not her age when he left. About her age level, but he was younger when he left. She's not being real specific about it. So yeah, they're not. It's their show. She's talking about licorice and lollipops. She's holding up a piece of licorice. Blech, I don't like licorice. She's holding up a black one, but she keeps saying red's better. So I don't know if maybe one of you liked black and one of you liked red. Maybe you shared them. Okay, so oh, this reminds me of one of my cards, and I'm not going to go take the time to go dig it out. The gate. I don't even think I have that deck out here. What she's showing me for you is like you're on your path, and there's only, instead of a gate, it's a freaking big door. It's a big door, and you're standing there, and it's wide open. Totally wide open. A lot of times the doors will be shut or they'll be a little cracked open. And it's like, oh, not quite. It's not quite time yet. Your doors are wide open for you to walk through that door. And on the other side will be beautiful field of flowers, or it's sun shining. It's totally beautiful on the other side of this door. But you have to make the choice to walk through that door. Nobody can do it for you. Not her, not anybody else. The door is wide open. She trying to ask her in what aspect. She just says life. The door is wide open. She says, get up off your butt and walk through it. Don't stand in that spot. You're almost, I don't, she say melting? I don't think melting is what she said. Getting stagnant. Time to move forward. You're supposed to. You're not supposed to stay in the same spot. Everything changes. She's standing on the other side of the door now, and it's still wide open, and she's holding her hand out towards you. So if you can visualize, just maybe I ought to get that card out so I can show you what I mean. If you can visualize, I'm not going to say it's barren on your side of the door, but it's not as bright, it's not as vivid, it's not as got as many colors. And this big wooden door is wide open, and she's standing out there across the threshold with her hand out, saying, "Trust me, I will help guide you. Let's go check stuff out." So ask her to help you with this. When you're ready, ask her to help guide you through that door. She says, no fear, no fear. Leave the fear at the door. And I always tell people, fear is only an emotion. It's only an emotion. So what if we mess up? We've messed up 1,000 million times. Fear can be like a brick wall. It can stop you from doing so much stuff, but it's only an emotion. Fear stopped me for years from doing this. She's telling you not to be a pansy. Get your big girl panties on and your high heels and let's go. So there's something out there you need to be doing. You need to take a step forward. Even if it's baby steps. That still puts that energy out there that you're going to try, and that still brings them in to help. Because they go, okay, here we go, showtime. Uh-oh, she got quiet. Hang on. She's saying something about your name. Is your first name like a combination of two people's names that are put together? Like part of one person's name and part of another person's name? You're going to achieve great things. Many great things. She says, but you have to walk through that door. She's back on the door. Give yourself more credit than you do. Do not jump every time somebody tells you to jump. That's not your path. Not your path to do, say it again. It's not your path to always just do other people's bidding. Stop jumping every time somebody says to. Take time for you. Dream. Dream big. Dream a lot. Dream about what you want. She's all about trying to push you forward. So what she's getting at is maybe even visualize it or write it down. Write down what is out there, let's say in the next year, 5 years. What is out there that you really haven't quite got a grasp of, that you haven't got a hold of? Something you truly want to do with your life. I don't care if it's take dance lessons. Don't care what it is. There's something out there that'll make your heart sing, and she's trying to get you to step through that door. And you're not, because you're afraid of, she says, mistakes. So what? Nobody's perfect. That's how we figure out what's not right for us. I hear you say that you wish I was still here, that you need my help, that you need a shoulder to lean on. I am still here, just in a different way. Let's get this ball rolling. There's something she's trying to open up in you. Something. She's not making it extremely clear, or maybe you know what it is. I don't need to know. And a lot of times that's why they don't give me details, because the details are none of my business. They give me just enough so you should know what she's talking about. She says you're going to be walking somewhere. She's showing you walking down a sidewalk, maybe going to a park. Don't know, can't tell for sure. And you're going to turn your head because you think you see her. You think you see her standing there, and it's actually somebody that looks like her. That is still a sign from her. If you're driving down the street, and this happens to me all the time, and okay, and I'll see somebody that I knew, I'll think, sitting in that vehicle at the stop sign, but it's not. But it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's still a sign from them. Validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her. This could have already happened. But let her know that you know that's a sign, and you'll get more. She's asking you to take time to smell the roses. Don't think she's talking about that one bouquet of roses. She just wants you to take time and enjoy the simple things in life. She says, go out and touch a blade of grass. Go out and put your fingers on a tree. Feel the bark. And those are very grounding things to do, very peaceful things to do. She says everybody always worries about this stuff up there, and it's the stuff, the simple things in life that mean the most. It's not the crap that you can take with you, the physical things. It's all the other smells and feelings. That's what's important. She wants you to kind of get down to basics. I don't know what she's doing. She's going like this. I almost feel like it's a Girl Scout swear in or something. I don't know. Okay, oh, she's getting excited. She's gonna leave. Excuse me. She says, I love you. All you have to do is call on me. I hear you. You are a very special person. You need to see that in yourself. And again, she's showing this door. So anyway, whatever that door is, whatever's out there that you want, walk through that door and start taking steps towards it. No matter how impossible it seems at the time, you'll be surprised the people that will all of a sudden step in your path to help you get there further. With that, she's leaving. She didn't give a lot of validations. It's her show. I can't do anything about that. I let them do what they want. So hopefully you understand that that was her. Much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Thank you for allowing me to be her voice. Later.